Hey guys, so restore points or backup points for WP Engine in the new control panel. Um, if you, I think you probably can guess what a restore point does, but just to be clear, in case you're not, it basically takes a snapshot of your site at any moment in time, and excuse me, you can immediately just roll back to that in the future. So that is absolutely everything. It's not just your um, design files, the code, plugins. It could also be, any new posts or pages or things you've added since then, which are all kept in the database. And in fact, you even have a choice about whether you want to just restore your files or restore the database files, i.e. your post pages, etc. as well. But I'll show you all that in a minute. You can manually create your own restore points at any time. So just before you make a change to the site, you might want to just put a marker down in case something doesn't go quite as you planned. But automatically it restores every night. So you can always roll back to the previous day or the day before that, and I think it keeps a certain amount. Let's take a look. Here's one of the installs here under my account. You can see there, what's that? 30, 40 maybe of previous backup points, just daily checkpoints there. You can see these are all automatic ones. If we go back to the dummy site I set up, my cool new site, hit backup points. You can see I was screwing around with some stuff earlier, but you can see a mixture of daily checkpoints and ones that I've created where I've put a small note. So let's go ahead and create one now. I'll just show you guys how that works. So obviously we give it a description. So we could say video test backup in this case, but obviously try and be descriptive if you're updating a certain plugin or something like that. It'll be more useful to you later. It'll automatically send you an email when the backup's done, but you can add other people, and generally the smaller the site, the quicker the backup. This is pretty much a tiny site, so although it'll email us, I think if we just refresh, yep, it's already done it. So just to show you exactly how this works, I'm just going to go ahead and make a couple of small changes. So here's our dummy blog. We're using the URL chapmandavis.com for this my cool new site install. So if we go new post and test post for video, and just publish that, you can see, okay, now that's obviously in the back end, but if we go to the front end, here it is. We can go to it as an individual post, and there it is. So that's a change to the database. Now, earlier on, I was messing around and I just changed the color of these headers, these H1 headers for these individual articles, just changed it to red. So we'll probably normally do this via FTP, but just to kind of make it quick so you guys can see, I want to do this as quickly as possible for you guys. So I think it's entry-title. Yeah, there we go. So I just threw in a color there. So if we go, let's make it green. Hit update. And just go back to the live site while it's going in the background. And just view and give it a refresh. And you can see, there you go. So it's now green. So there, I've changed the file, the style.css, and I've added a post, which is test post for video. Now, if we realize we wanted to roll back to before we'd done that, we just simply go back to the dashboard of the install in question. There's a backup point's not on already. Check this. This is the one you want to go back to and hit restore. And just one option to be aware of, and it is important, is restore DB. It's asking us if we want to restore the database. So that's what I was talking about. It's asking us do we want to install if we want to restore posts and pages as well, or do we just want to restore the files? So if I only wanted to roll back my file changes, in this case, changing this from green back to red in the style.css file, I would go ahead, just hit that. If I want to roll back and basically get rid of this test post for video as well that I made, and I need to check that as well. So I want to do a complete restore in this case. I'm going to hit restore backup. It'll take a couple of seconds. It will automatically do another sort of backup before it does the backup, so you can go back to that if there's a problem. Again, it will email you, but I can see there it looks like it's done already. So why don't we just go and refresh. And I can see now I've only got 2 posts. Let me just go in here, and if I just refresh, you can see it's gone back to the red. And just to sort of double check, show you guys the back end as well. And now I've only got two posts in there. I don't have that test post. So I'm sure you can see straight away how that's really useful. Not only the kind of nightly backups, but the ability to just create restore points on the fly. This is particularly useful as well. When you look at the staging server functionality, which I cover in a later video. And just one final thing to point out on the backup points. You've got this other option here you might have seen as well, download zip. If say you realize you needed a copy of the one of the previous restore points, maybe there was a small bit of code or a line of code or something you needed that's since been changed, you might not want to restore the whole site back to that point. So instead, you could just go back, and if I go right down here, my first backup, if I needed some of the code from that point, it will give me pretty much a complete copy of the site as a zip file, excuse me, and I think it will even give you the database as well as an SQL file. So if I went ahead, excuse me, and click download zip, and then I can just, it will automatically email me. You can send additional notifications. That normally only takes a couple of minutes in my experience, but again, it depends on the size of your site, and then you'll just be able to download the zip from the email that they send you.